Hello everyone, this is Steve with the free Bullion investment guide. Today is June 6th and I'm doing a review and outlook price analysis video for gold and silver. Excuse me. I'm on the daily chart. In last week's video I left you with these bull flags in silver's price chart. Silver has been holding on to its. Gold fell below it on Friday. I am just simply for the outlook going to redraw it. For gold and for silver, I'm just going to keep the same one there simply because it held. The price of gold is expected to break above it. Last week, the price of gold did stay above the 1670 level. It came down and met it in a low, but it did bounce back up and closed for the week at 1681. Now, actually, I stated in last week's video that I didn't think we'd see 1670 level, but clearly we have, and we may continue to ride along it before the price jumps back up. Now, as far as what the MACD and the RSI are telling us for gold, the MACD, the histogram chart, the red chart here says we're in oversold territory, but the signal lines of the MACD say we're still in slightly above and overbought territory. So it's hit or miss with that. It's basically neutral. And the RSI for gold on the daily chart is telling us that we're in neutral territory. Now, if we move to the 4-hour chart in gold, that's telling us that we're in oversold territory clearly. And the signal lines for the MACD plus the histogram chart, as well as the RSI. So that should tell us that we may see a bounce next week, sometime early next week, and then maybe we'll continue to consolidate, see another little drop because of what it's saying in the daily chart. So we may see a bounce in the price of gold early in the week based on the 4-hour chart, but based on the daily chart, we're still in neutral or slightly overbought territory. So again, we may see I don't have a line here. So, but anyways, let me see if I can pull this out. We may see like a jump to the upside and then another drop. So that's kind of what I'm expecting out of gold. But again, we may see that line then move back up and break above the bull flag, confirming it, and probably sitting around 1705, maybe above. I don't know. I would doubt that we break all the way up to the 1750 level. It really matters what happens in the fundamentals, what happens in the news, economic indicators, what comes out that will help the price of gold. Now, the reason why it fell so drastically was the jobs report. Let me get out of this. But the reason why it fell so drastically was the jobs report on Friday. And so that was traders getting out of gold and going into riskier assets. So, but who's going to sell a lot of gold in these times right now with the Fed, with all the stimulus, and just with all of the chaos that is happening in the world right now? There are definitely more buyers than sellers right now, and this is just a consolidation area. For silver, it did hold above the line, which isn't set in stone. I really just point these areas out to you just to where it looks like there's a bull flag taking shape. It's likely going to continue to ride the 1765 level sideways. I stated in last week's video that I expect a consolidation area like we saw earlier in the week before we see another pop to the upside out of silver. To go over the MACD and RSI, the MACD is telling us we're in overbought territory as well as the RSI in the daily chart. However, if we look at the 4-hour chart, it's telling us we're in oversold territory in the MACD and RSI. So like gold, we may see a bump to the upside early in the week, and then we'll have to pay attention to what happens in the news to gauge on what happens with gold later in the week. But again, it may be another movement like gold. We may see a jump to the upside and then down, and then maybe another pop, and maybe it might go above the bull flag, confirming it. But time will tell on that one. But again, the price will likely jump up and down around the 1765 level before it breaks above it, and it will have to really have good momentum behind it to break above the 1890s resistance level. It has held once back in February and again back in January, and the price of silver was unable to break above it also in September. Now, it did break above it back in early September. In late September, it wasn't able to, but in early September it did, but it wasn't able to stay above it. And in that jump, it created the 1970 resistance level. But right now, 1890 is holding as strong resistance, and until we break that level, we won't be seeing 1970 anytime soon, until it breaks the 1890 level. So that's it for this week's review and outlook for silver and gold. Real quick, somebody asked me in the comment section last week, what's my greatest moment in life? By far, it's recognizing and accepting Jesus Christ as my Lord and Savior. I see him at work in my life every day, and Lord knows I need it. I need his help. Before, I doubt very much I would be talking to you right now, and I'm not going to really get into specifics on that, but if it wasn't for him coming into my life 10 years ago, and really me accepting him more and more 5 years ago, and really just in the last year, I've really just submitted, given up a lot of my addictions, and small and big. But I had a 30-year addiction that really ruled my life, and I gave that up a little under a year ago. And as far as how my life has changed just in the last 10 months has been amazing, and I can't credit anything more than my faith and trust in him in getting me through it. So that has been by far the greatest moment in my life, and it will be for the rest of my life. So anyways, that's it for now. I thank you for your time. Take care, and God bless.